Hello, I'm Valentina Lopez, and this is VCU InSight. Just released video shows the murder of Irvo Otino, a man who died when he was restrained while in law enforcement custody. You should know, the images you are about to see are disturbing. In the Central State Hospital surveillance video, you can see Otino's final moments on camera. Henrico County Sheriff's deputies and hospital workers were on top of Otino for 11 minutes until he stops moving. Medics were called and tried to resuscitate him for about an hour, but he was pronounced dead that evening. 7 Henrico County Sheriff's deputies and 3 hospital workers are now charged with second-degree murder. According to reports, on March 3rd, Otino was taken to a hospital for a mental health evaluation, but he became unruly and was taken to jail. 3 days later, he was taken to Central State Hospital where the incident happened. The city is agreeing to settle another lawsuit stemming from the summer of 2020 racial justice protest. Reporter Rachel Oliver has more.
The city of Richmond has faced 122 legal claims from protesters and journalists from the George Floyd protests. According to Axios, in the most recent settlement, the city agreed to pay the group $140,000 in damages, as well as develop a First Amendment policy to avoid future violations. In this case, the plaintiffs were journalists and legal observers who say police used pepper spray and tear gas on them, even though they clearly identified themselves as press, preventing them from documenting the events. Other cities across the country are also paying millions in damages from the protests of 2020. Reporting from the Richmond Police Headquarters, I'm Rachel Oliver.
Mayor LeVar Stoney continues his plans to rename all city properties honoring the Confederacy. Taraji Jenkins tells us the latest.
The Joseph Bryant statue that was once here in Monroe Park has been removed, along with dozens of other statues across Richmond. However, Richmond is still marked with parks, streets, and bridges that are associated with Confederacy. Joseph Bryant Park, the Robert E. Lee Bridge, and several statues in Capitol Square still honor Confederacy. Now, Mayor LeVar Stoney is proposing $200,000 in the upcoming budget to reestablish Richmond's History and Culture Commission. The commission, previously formed in 2019, will now provide a list of all public spaces named after or associated with the Confederacy or enslavers and outline a process to rename such locations. City Councilwoman Stephanie Lynch attempted to rename the Robert E. Lee Bridge after Belvedere Street, but that failed after protesters revealed Belvedere's ties to a local slave plantation. Before renaming occurs, the City Council must approve Mayor Stoney's plan to reestablish the commission. Governor Youngkin says he will not attempt to restore the taken down Confederate monuments. He has also remained silent on the remaining monuments in Capitol Square. I'm Taraji Jenkins, reporting for VCU InSight.
The popular app TikTok is no longer allowed on government-issued devices in Virginia, and now Virginia Senator Mark Warner is asking for the federal government to look into the potential security concerns as well. InSight reporter Natalie Barr joins us in the studio to give us a deeper insight. Natalie?
Yeah, so this ban in the Commonwealth comes after bipartisan concern for the security implications that the Chinese company ByteDance, who owns TikTok, could have access to users' personal information. In fact, a recent study found TikTok could also be collecting your data without your knowledge. Cybersecurity company Root found even if an individual deletes the app off their phone or if they have never downloaded TikTok, your data is still being collected through trackers connected to TikTok. That's why Senator Warner contends the app is a credible threat to U.S. national security. Late last week, Warner proposed the Restrict Act, and if passed, it would bring the responsibility of banning TikTok to the U.S. Commerce Secretary due to cybersecurity concerns. Now, Virginia is not the only state to implement these bans. 26 other states have banned TikTok from government-issued devices. Reporting from Richmond, I'm Natalie Barr, VCU InSight.
The gunshot detection system in Richmond is extending to other parts of the city. Mark Gadd is at VCU Medical Center, one of the locations where this new system is in place.
Yes, Valentea, it's called ShotSpotter, and VCU signed a 3-year contract with them. Obviously, police will not tell us where the sensors are located, but do say that some are placed on top of buildings. The data-driven tool will also place sensors on light poles to detect loud, impulsive sounds that may represent gunfire, allowing police to arrive on the scene quickly. This expansion to the medical center comes after VCU rolled out the new technology on its main campus in December of last year. However, ShotSpotter has its critics, with the Associated Press citing serious errors in the use and accuracy of the technology. Despite the criticisms, VCU Police Chief John Venuti has publicly stated that he is pleased with the technology's performance on campus so far. Reporting from Richmond, I'm Mark Gadd, VCU InSight.
While the number of catalytic converter thefts is going down in the Richmond area, the crime is still happening. Rachel Oliver talks with one of the many victims from the past few months.
Deborah Marchese's catalytic converter was stolen a few months ago in a gated apartment complex located in Midlothian.
We had loaned the car to my son while he was getting his truck repaired, and we went to turn the ignition on, and it started, but it was like boom, 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 and then we knew.
She was able to find a mechanic with a catalytic converter, making the process take only a couple weeks.
So yeah, you feel like you're invaded, like you do with any crime. I was a little upset.
This issue has hit the Metro Richmond area fast, causing the Virginia State Police to try and figure out a solution to discouraging thieves from stealing.
The owner at Midas has said they've marked over 1,000 different catalytic converters across their 5 different locations. This is all free and in partnership with the police departments to deter from stealing the part and leaving your car like this one here.
The initiative, started in October, has led to a decline in catalytic converter thefts, with the Richmond Police Department saying they've seen a 64% drop since last fall.
We were approached by the Virginia State Police to ask if we would work with local law enforcement, first responders, to help them to create a program to deter catalytic converter theft, because it's been on the rise so quickly here, and we absolutely agreed to do that.
The demand for the metal inside the catalytic converter is up, which is why the theft of the part has increased.
And the target is not the converter itself, but that small block of precious metal that's inside the cat.
The local police departments in Midas aren't the only ones cracking down on crime, with the Virginia bill passing through the General Assembly to bring higher consequences to the thieves.
You can book a free appointment to get your catalytic converter marked by one of the 5 participating Midas locations. The Department of Public Works is retiming traffic signals across the city. This is supposed to make traffic flow more efficient and improve road safety. For the first time in 5 years, the city will calibrate nearly 400 traffic signals. Public Works is partnering with the Richmond Regional Planning Organization, the Department of Transportation, and Federal Highway Commission Administration. The project costs about $1.8 million and is expected to finish by next spring. Richmond is getting closer to creating a center that will teach visitors about Richmond's role in the slave trade. InSight's Zomas Harris is in Shockoe Bottom with the proposal.
If all goes as planned, the 12,300 square foot interpretive center would be here inside the Main Street train station.
Many don't know Richmond was the nation's 2nd largest slave market. The new interpretive center will feature a welcome center, exhibitions, stories of African Americans, indigenous, Jewish, and other immigrant populations in Richmond's history. Mayor LeVar Stoney is hoping the city will approve $2 million set aside in the city's budget proposal to go towards the center. Another $11 million for the project is coming from a grant issued by the New York-based Mellon Foundation.
The Heritage Center is a part of the Shockoe Small Area Plan, which aims to revitalize this part of the city in Richmond. Reporting for VCU InSight, I'm Zomas Harris.
Night to Shine. It's a prom night for people with special needs. The Tim Tebow Foundation hosts the event annually, and for the first time in 3 years, it's back in person. Mark Gadd is at Hope Church and introduces us to some joyful faces.
This is Janae Santiago, a guest at this year's Night to Shine. Janae loves dancing, something she can do a lot of here. Night to Shine is a prom night for people with special needs. It's put on by the Tim Tebow Foundation, and for the first time since COVID, it's back in person.
I like everything. I like getting paid special, getting pampered.
For Janae, the impact of the event goes beyond just one night.
It changed my life that Tim Tebow had this foundation, and it made my life special.
But Janae isn't the only star of the night. In fact, what makes Night to Shine even more special is the fact that all over the world tonight, people just like Janae are being crowned kings and queens.
Tonight, in 650 or so places around the world, this is going on there too.
Offering attractions ranging from limousine rides to caricature drawings to karaoke stations. Night to Shine had it all for the guests.
The beauty of being together, seeing their friends, their community is much more important, and also there's more opportunities for people to serve.
And shine. Reporting from Henrico, I'm Mark Gadd, VCU InSight.
Night to Shine will be back next year in February, but to get involved with a special needs ministry sooner, you can check out Hope Church's website for volunteer opportunities. Here's a look at the weather for the weekend. Friday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 49 on Saturday. Expect early showers with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. You can check out the latest edition of VCU InSight on Thursday afternoons on our YouTube channel. For VCU InSight, I'm Valentina Lopez.